Hi everyone, I'm Sophie coming to you from Paris, France. I'll be doing a little workshop on embroidery today, and we're going to be looking at the satin stitch as well as some sketching ideas for a motif. And so what you'll need is your embroidery hoop if you have one. If you don't, that's fine, it's not necessary. Some fabric. I'm going to just be using that cotton I used last time. Some scissors, some embroidery thread, got this nice purple, your embroidery needle, which is bigger than a normal needle, which here's a normal needle in comparison. And you'll need pencil, and if you have some kind of other marker or chalk for drawing on fabric. Or you can just use pencil, or sometimes I just use like a white colored pencil, depending on what I'm working with. So first we'll start with the satin stitch, and what you'll need to do first is put your fabric in your hoop. And I'll show you guys an example of the satin stitch. That's a little satin stitch spot that I did. So this is kind of used for a fill. And here are some examples of some flowers I did. Petals are all done with the satin stitch. So it's a pretty easy one. I'm going to show you guys how to do the satin stitch kind of on a small like petal or leaf, similar to the shape of this one. So I'll draw it with pencil. So if this is our petal here, like this, I'll show you guys how to do that, and if this was, for example, the center of the flower and this is our petal, I'm going to show you guys how to fill this petal in. Okay, so to start you'll need to get some embroidery thread. Take about a arm's length. I'm just using a little less because I'm just trying to finish up this guy. But yeah, you don't ever want it to be too long, otherwise it'll like cause some tangling up. Yeah, and make a knot, and then we'll start by the inside middle of the petal, right there, and pull it out and go into the peak of the petal, like so. Then you'll go back down either to the right or the left of the first stitch. So, and this time when you go back up, you want it to be just a little bit lower than that previous stitch, so it starts kind of getting smaller. Yeah. Like so. And then you'll go back and try to get as close to that previous stitch so that it fills in the most. And then again, you're going to try to go a little bit lower. Like so. And then back down, and again try to get as close as possible to that previous stitch. Go a little bit lower than that previous one. think I'm going to do one more on this side. And then I'm going to kind of go much lower. And then, so that's half of the petal. Now we have to go back to the other side. So we'll start by the bottom again, but on the other side. And go close but lower to the top point of the petal, and then back down, and again a little bit lower, and back down, and a little bit lower on that point. And then back down. And lower. And I feel pretty good about how this petal's looking, filled in. So I'm gonna make a knot on the back. Again, you take it and put it through the loop, pass it again through a previous stitch, again through the loop, and then I kind of tuck it into those past stitches. So there we go, and then just cut that off, and you have a little petal. So you can just use that motif for petals or for leaves, such as these leaves here, which are from a motif I'm going to kind of show you some sketches of, so you can get an idea of how to build a motif and pick what you want to, what kind of stitches you want to use to do the motif. So I kind of started with just some rough sketches of flowers and things that I wanted to be doing. I took a lot of inspiration from other embroideries I've done before, other embroideries that I've seen that I like, as well as just some nature. So for example, like this is some lavender, so I just looked at some lavender. I think I'm going to be kind of including a little branch of rosemary, some kind of sunflowery type over here. So I kind of just roughed out some flowers and plants that I would like to draw, and then I kind of went more into detail. I started over here with like thinking of it more as a circle, and then it kind of evolved into being more of a having some leaves and flowers down here, and having it be more open at the top. But kind of, and I think also like trying to minimize is important, that I was trying to fit a lot of stuff in at first and minimizing, and I think it's actually going to be even like less than this. There might not be what's up here. So then again, afterwards you can start picking the colors that you're thinking of according to whatever thread you have and whatever you want to be doing. And then also thinking about what kind of stitches you want to use for what. So for example, like a lot of these stems, I use the stem stitch, which I had shown in the last video, which is great for any kind of like stem or branch or leaves. And then for this circle here, which I'm actually going to be doing for this big center flower here, kind of rose, I'm going to be doing a chain stitch, which I'll show in the next video. And then I we'll use a lot of the satin stitch for here, as well as the leaves that I'm doing here. Those are using the satin stitch, and these guys will use the satin stitch. Yeah, so I sometimes also think it's a great way to like look at other people's embroidery. Really helps me get some ideas on how to use different stitches. For example, in this like branch or stem, I guess, it's actually using the feather stitch, which I can show you guys in another video at some point. So sometimes I find that learning a new stitch is a great way to just try to see how I can apply it to some kind of motif. Okay, so I'll leave you with that, and hope you have fun kind of decorating some fabric that you have, maybe a t-shirt or a bag or some socks or whatever. Right now I'm working on this hot water bottle cover, which I'm going to probably work on maybe the lavender stems over here today. So yeah, okay, well thanks for watching this video, and see you guys next week. Bye!